that.
In this space,
Okay.
there's another group I used to belong to, and it's called non-negotiables. So I made you guys my non-negotiable. Leave me alone. I will multitask and watch the kids, but I wanted this space, my cup, and you guys. That's not negotiable. So my husband blew me a kiss. I'm like, later.
What a woman. I polished my girls' nails right before I got on. That way they have to sit there and be quiet. They have to let it dry.
And Tony and I don't go anywhere on Saturday and Sunday. And he said today, I think I'm going to go flying. And I says, oh, that's good. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
This is our last week of the month for our first Fall Saturday session. So thank you all for your perfect attendance, the mothers in the room that have been here. And our focus was on Mother Nature and me. And so quick review for those who weren't here and also to refresh those who were. On week 1, we focused on awareness, right? Remember that? We brought our awareness to our internal systems. We learned about the external versus the internal, how in the external and our similarities with Mother Nature, how there's all these biological ecosystems that are constantly interacting and in a cycle, and through that balance, energy begets more energy and life. And us being women, the attendees here, were usually driven by our role in society because the type of cerebral beings, community-based beings that we are, our role is usually, us being women, of a maternal nature or of a caring for others nature. So we just looked at, the body's internal systems and compared it how it's also like a cycle, and how everything in balance feeds itself, just like the external ecosystems. Then in week 2, we focused on what feels good, because so often we're pretty disconnected with, maybe we could have awareness like, oh, wow, this is my body. This is what happens when I close my eyes and pay attention, and then we forget what it even feels like to feel good. So we try to bring our awareness to that in week 2. What feels good to me? Because that is all that self-care is doing what feels good. So we were also introduced to a couple healing techniques on how to help yourself feel good. We looked at a little bit of what Qigong is, which is moving meditation. It also incorporates things like yoga with breathing meditations, some stretching, some exercise, and some still just mental meditations. And we did a little bit of self-massage. We stimulated our gallbladder meridian in week 2. If you're, so week, what was it? Yeah, week 2, we did our lymphatic massages. Remember, we did it around here in the eyes, and the gallbladder meridian comes up to here, gallbladder 20, down here 21, and it comes around our side, out to our outer toe. So we did on week 2 some tapping, connecting that meridian and our lung meridian, which comes in here and out the outside of our arm. So we did a self-massage and some full body tapping just to stimulate and awaken those meridians that will get the blood moving through there. With week 3, we focused on breath and controlling that energy, moving it through those meridians and trying to connect those two things, the awareness and then our what feels good, then controlling it and doing what feels good. So this week, we are finally at the point where we have the tools in our toolbox, we have some self-awareness, and now we are going to engage and create. Just like Mother Nature, what we give energy to will get more energy, will beget life, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna feel good, we're gonna live, we're gonna engage, and take action. Cool? Woo! So first, let's apply our mask, and then I will play, as usual, a little informative video before our meditation. Cool? I think everybody has the same mask today.
What are we using today?
Today we are using the Cocoa Vanilla mask.
Oh, I guessed on that one. I didn't know.
Or
And then the candle?
yeah, and then the candle, we're using the frankincense and myrrh. Cool. So as we apply our mask, I'll talk a little bit about it. That consistency. Oh, I love these so much. So also for those of you who are using a butter, it's pretty similar to this in that this is shea butter based, just like those butters. And this, oh, it smells so good, right, guys? Strong scent. So
yeah, it smells like chocolate. I want to like
eat it.
bite it.
this only has a tiny dash of vanilla essential oil in it, but the smell that you're smelling is all just straight organic raw cocoa powder with some also vanilla extract. And that's it. It's simple. The cocoa powder, it is good to help reduce the skin's appearance of scars. It can tone and tighten your skin and improve elasticity because it also has those antioxidants we talked about. And it's also packed with vitamin C and magnesium. So it can help to moisturize and protect the skin. And then the vanilla is antibacterial and antioxidant, and it can prevent breakouts because of that and help to soothe redness and irritation. So this is just a soothing, toning mask.
You know, I also apply it to my hands.
Oh yeah, you can apply it full body if you want.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, sexy.
Sexy to my hands.
Okay, and I will play our video now. I'm going to share the screen.
The whole brain, when functioning correctly, is a phenomenal dance, coordinating 20 million billion bits of information every second and mapping a three-dimensional projection of the world in a flurry of insight and deeply personal experiences. The human brain is capable of producing anything from a profound, transcendental meditative experience to being triggered into a senseless fit of rage, fear, or depression. But what makes our brains react the way they do? Is there a reliable way to condition your brain for better experiences? At birth, the human brain is a flurry of superfluous connections with almost every part of the brain connected to every other part of the brain. During the first 2 years of life, the human brain undergoes the first major stage of the lifelong process of synaptic pruning. Synaptic pruning is the process of synapse elimination that occurs in a developing brain that is shedding unnecessary connections. The selection of the pruned connections follow the use it or lose it principle, or neurons that fire together, wire together. This means synapses that are frequently used have strong connections, while the rarely used synapses are eliminated. Pruning is influenced by many environmental factors and is widely thought to represent learning. The developing brain sheds unnecessary connections and empowers the connections that aid in survival and mastery of the environment. In this way, the brain creates a specific and mature circuitry that is primed for handling the complexities of daily human life. The simpler associations formed at childhood are thought to be replaced by more complex structures that are better suited for adulthood. Furthermore, synaptic pruning has also been associated with neural Darwinism. When a herd of bison is hunted, the slowest bison at the back of the herd are the most likely to die. This process of thinning the herd leaves the herd itself faster and more efficient. Likewise, cutting off the weakest, most unused connections leaves the whole brain more efficient. Cutting off the unnecessary connections in the brain is also integral to energy conservation. The adult human brain consumes an enormous amount of energy, about 25% of all calories, even though it only comprises about 2% of total body weight. But that's nothing. During infancy and childhood, the brain has been shown to use between 44% and 87% of total energy consumed in the resting body. This incredible amount of energy allocated is why humans spend almost twice as long in childhood and adolescence than our primate cousins. Known as the expensive tissue hypothesis, researchers have found that when the brain demands lots of energy, body growth slows. But synaptic pruning doesn't stop in adulthood. The human brain continues to shed and strengthen connections throughout your entire life, a process in which we now know we can actively play a part. Researching this phenomenon of continual synaptic pruning in the matured human brain has led to a very exciting field of study, neuroplasticity. Why is this field of study important to you? Because neuroplasticity implies you have the ability to change your brain. Just think, your brain is currently processing an untold amount of data, but you are only aware of a tiny meandering fraction of it. Rewiring your brain to process incoming data in new ways is the ultimate key to changing your life for the better. Destroying bad neural connections and strengthening empowering ones is the answer to opening yourself up to new experiences and novel states of consciousness. And how do we do that? By embracing the two game-changing principles of neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together, wire together. And if you don't use it, you lose it. We all have a say in what thoughts we choose to think and what emotions we give our attention to. A simple change in your beliefs can have a profound impact on how your brain processes data. On top of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, you are constantly writing the blueprints of your neural circuitry through your daily routines and rituals. Just imagine what neural connections you will change if you spend your work commute in a state of gratitude instead of a fit of anger and road rage. There are no known limits to how much we can affect the way our brains are wired up. So become the subject of your own life experiment. Limit time spent endorsing negative thoughts and maximize the volume of positive ones. Develop and explore empowering emotional states and stay aware of how your feelings affect the way you process reality. Challenge your beliefs and replace any limiting concepts with new values that support your growth. Evaluate your daily routines and take actions to eliminate any destructive or distracting behaviors. Start introducing liberating rituals such as meditation into your life. Pursue new experiences. Free yourself from your past attachments and perceptions and use your imagination to access your highest potentials. Maximize the capacity of your 5 senses and go beyond the limits of your everyday mind. The gift of a living human brain is a present that defies all comprehension. Access the power of neuroplasticity and change your brain to change your life.
That guy was very epic, huh? I watched it in fast forward, and that was the better neuroplasticity video as compared to others that I saw online. And it was short enough, like he said all of the main points in the beginning, and then he got very bold towards the end, telling me what to do. Do this. But basically, I mean, what I really got from that, if anybody else would like to share what they got from that, what I really got from that was how a lot of people think that your brain stops developing when you're young, but it's constantly developing every day, making the brain is a muscle. And every time it makes a connection, it is working out that muscle. It's creating a pathway in your brain. So if you started as a kid in music, then there's a certain like communicating sides of your brain that gets connected strong at a young age that doesn't in a lot of people who didn't. But that doesn't mean it stops there. You can always learn a new language or a new instrument or whatever. It's if you take the conscious action to program your subconscious. So that's what I got out of that. Anybody else want to share? 1 or 2 people? Anything
Can you share that in the link so I could watch it again later? Because I like some of the things he was talking about in your childhood. That'd be cool. I'll watch it again later. But I thought we were supposed to connect, because he said let go of those childhood things, and then so that you can elevate yourself. I thought we were supposed to stay connected to our childhood in order to grow in our. That's why I need to watch it again. So let me not say anything.
Yeah. I think well part of what he was saying there was that you can program. You're not stuck with your old habits and where you've come from, that you can always program yourself to give energy to, growth, or to give energy to things that hold you back. I think that's what he was more so saying in that. Cool.
That reminded me of like what I had read about as we age, and to try to do things differently, to teach our brain different. Like instead of always brushing your teeth with the right hand, learn to brush your teeth with your left hand, and things. So that would, I'm sure, spark those new habits and things to keep our brain sharp as we age. And it did, the article I read did say stuff like that, like try to learn a new language and try to do something different with another part of your brain so that you're activating a different part than you're used to help you to be stronger as you age. So that makes sense with that. It kind of all puts together.
Yeah. Okay, let's light our candle and then we'll head into our meditation. We're doing pretty good with time. And yes, Miss Sandy, we get to light our candle. So mine is almost all the way used. This is my favorite one. I just love the smell, the frankincense and myrrh, right? So, oh wait, before we light up, we always got to light with intention. So our intention for today is, if you can repeat after me this time as we light our candles, all right? So our intention for today, my intention, everybody could say, my intention for
my intention.
I am self-supported.
I am self-supported.
I am ready to engage.
I am ready to engage.
I am the creator of myself and my experience.
I am the creator of myself and my experience.
And if everybody could take a whiff. What are your first thoughts with this smell?
Christmas.
Good one.
It smells like spring.
Like springtime? Yeah, the frankincense promotes feelings of peace and well-being and connectedness. And the myrrh, the reason why you say Christmas is because it's usually lit around holiday times because it promotes feelings of groundedness and well-being as well, and balanced, emotional balance with myrrh. So, we could remove our mask.
My hands feel awesome, as well as my face.
After we take off the mask, do you need to moisturize again?
This one, since it's shea butter based, it really does leave you with a little bit of a coverage after you take it off.
Yeah, it feels smooth.
Let's hop back into our therapy session now. Let's reset our intention that now I am self-supported. I am ready to engage. I am the creator of myself and my experience. This song, a bit different than what we've been doing. We've been staying on the, Venus frequency vibe for a while now, but today I'm going to play something a little more upbeat because we're taking action. And this is called Surrender by, who is it even by? This is a remix of DJ Kicks. I'm gonna play Surrender and let's get started with our lymphatic massage. So first we'll start by warming up our hands. Getting some friction, some energy going here. And then we'll put our palms on our eyes and bring that heat in. Try to breathe slowly, deeply into your diaphragm. And now form a flat fist. And bring it down for a side. All the way down to your outer ankle. And bring it in your inner thigh back up. Good side. And we'll do that again, right? So we'll go down our side.
Let's go to the movies.
To our ankles.
You need to know.
Up our inner thigh. Now we're gonna do a bit of a swing. Everything relaxed. Like you're moving feet.
On the river, I'm melting your company.
And you're gonna slap yourself here and on your back. Okay? Your heels can come up. And now everybody breathe, arms up. And exhale as your hands float down. Slight bend in your knees. And then inhale, straighten. Gather the energy. Exhale. Let your hands float down your spine. Now gather the energy to the inside of your chest. And release it into the sky. Press your chest to the air, arms back. And then breathe in and back up. Okay, one more time. Exhale, drop your arms and then lift your chest. Inhale, back up. And float your hands gently down the center. Now form a prayer. You're going to breathe in and your hands are going to come level with your face. You're going to breathe out. Your hands are going to come down, keeping all your palm and your fingers together. You're going to press your hands down, stretching in here. And then breathe in up to your face. Exhale. You're going to bring it down and feel that stretch in your wrist. And now keep your hands together, twist them down. And now inhale, bringing your hands up, feeling that same stretch in your wrist. And exhale, let your hands come apart. Inhale, hands back together and up. Exhale, hands down. Again, let it go all the way up, gather the energy. And exhale, let them lightly float down. Now we're gonna press our, lay our hands down on our lower abdomen, relax shoulders. And we're just gonna be grateful for this time. We're gonna feel, we're all stimulated, we got the blood moving. We're just gonna feel what it feels like. Feel good. Enjoy this time with yourself. You are very much so alive right now. You can stay there if you'd like, or with your eyes closed, your eyes open. I'm going to play a 2-minute little video with a poem to close us out. You can just listen to it, or you can watch. It's just a dark room with me in it. Silhouette, so. Just enjoy yourself.
From the first spark that ignited my existence, I was sapped with circumstances, DNA, location, time, It's true, these factors are limits. Just as true as it is that I am limitless. I am a creation, become creator. There are times that the external realm teases my lazy mind to believe that I am just a grain of sand in the wind. And then I remember, I conjure realms with my mind. I conjure realms with my mind. This internal realm is a boundless conductor. How majestic am I? With just a bit of attention, I am the catalyst of ultimate potential. I am nature, begets nurture, begets nature, power. I determine my now, therefore I determine all time. Now, the only experience I'll ever know. Here, creating me, with me, always. I am self-engaged. I'm my long-term partner. Me and myself are an inseparable pair. I accompany myself in everything I experience. I am my own toolbox, my biggest supporter, and ultimate protector. So, I have decided to engage myself. I am self-engaged.
Was nice. I like that. Thumbs up on that one.
Cool. So that's all we have for today. In closing, I just wanted to say, creating new habits, this whole neuroplasticity thing we're working at, it really isn't as intimidating. Changing your lifestyle to be more healthy isn't as intimidating as we make it sound. Self-care is all about doing things that feel good and making it a conscious decision to do that. And we call it a practice, just like in sports, yoga, meditation, your career, you often call a practice. An art, you call it a practice. And all a practice is doing something consciously, repetitively, over and over again, until that muscle develops muscle memory, and your subconscious is now programmed to have your back in the way that you taught it to. So your first reaction is usually, your subconscious. And it's always working. It's doing 80% of the work, like the guy said, and our mind is only really aware up to maybe 7% of what's going on. But there's all these cues that we're getting all the time, and our subconscious picks up on it. So if we consciously program ourselves, this is a cue. This is what I want you to do for me. And it's just repetition. It could take 2 minutes every day. It could take counting to 10 before you do something. Like, you know what? I always burn myself in the kitchen. So before I take this out, it can take 10 seconds for me to be careful before I stick my hand in. Count to 10, and now that's a new program that I'm cautious whenever I stick my hand in the oven. Still healing. So anybody else want to share any thoughts or any closing things? That's all I got for us today. Yes.
So the last thing in your video, it says, I am my biggest supporter and ultimate protector. Is that what that last line was? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I needed to hear that today. I have sticky notes all over my wall. So I need to add that one to my note in front of me as I study. Oh, she has her sticky notes. Okay, so I knew we were kindred spirits when we met. So Leslie knows I'm going back to school at 52, and lately it's been very challenging and hard. And she knows I get emotional really quick. My husband just passed by and he held up a 53 lies. I'm not 53, am I? Am I 53? I'm 56. I missed a couple months. Well, I turned 53 in January, so it hasn't stuck yet.
You look wonderful.
You look great.
Yes. You look too young to have 18-year-old children.
Oh, gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I needed to hear that because I know I look for support in other people, but I've never thought of, and I'll cry because you support me, but I haven't supported myself the way that I should. I am my biggest supporter because at the end of the night, when he carries himself to sleep where the kids are doing their thing, it's just me. And I don't give myself enough credit. I don't. So hearing you say that lets me take what you've shared with me and own it.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
So, and I am my ultimate protector. When the shit hits the fan, I mean, either I'm going to lay down and scream, or I'm going to stand tall and fight. And so as I'm going through this journey that my twins are in San Diego, that's been hard for me to let go and let them do their thing. And so for me now to sit and rest in this space, and I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to do everything. But the biggest takeaway for me is that last statement. So I just thank you for that and letting me be a part of this space. Because I wasn't supposed to be here. So it was meant to be. I am my biggest supporter and ultimate protector. I'm walking with that for a while.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. One of the other bigger quotes that I said that this whole theme was kind of on was, if you don't give it attention, then it won't be attended to. So that's part of this whole thing. Just like give it even 10 seconds of attention and it'll start to happen for you, you know? You'll be programmed to have your own back.
Thank you for sharing the poem. I particularly liked, I really liked the statement, I am my own toolbox. I love that. Since the beginning of the pandemic, I've found that I'm really resourceful and I have everything that I need. I am everything that I need. I am everything. So that really resonated with me. So thank you so much for sharing that beautiful poem, and the movement was, you know, I love movement. That was amazing. The tapping and head rolling and
give me some head rolls.
That's my jam. I love that. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for being here. Okay, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for your time. And I encourage everyone to take a moment, at least twice a day, one moment, to just make that connection in your brain. That like, oh, here I am. Oh, I'm alive. And this is the only experience I have, is what I'm feeling right now. And just you know, thank yourself for that and be your ultimate protector. Have a great day, everyone, and lots and lots of love.
Thank you, baby girl.
Love you, my Leslie.
Love you.
Thank you.
Mama Lynn says love you all.
Love you, Mama Lynn.
Love you all. Love you.